Alright, YouTube, we're going to talk about a very important topic. Today's topic, we're going to talk about ignorance. Now, what is ignorance? Well, before I go misquoting, let's actually look up the definition of ignorance, which I'm pretty sure this is part of the definition of ignorance. Ignorance is the lack of knowledge or information. Now, to me, this sounds like the definition of ignorance is stupidity. And I think America, or people in general, because I've never been out, well, I've been out of the country a couple times, but I'm pretty sure people in general lack knowledge of pretty much everything that they aren't specialized in. Now, the reason I'm perturbed, if that's the right word to use for this, the reason I'm bugged by this is because people use their lack of knowledge as an excuse to get away with what they want. Now, what I mean by this is, I work with people on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people. And it seems like when they don't get what they want or they're told no, they sit there and they huff and puff and they think that they can get what they want just by doing so. They'll sit there and they'll argue their way until they get what they want. Now to me, this sounds like acting a bit like a kid. Now the people that I work with, usually the kids that are with the adults, are the ones who actually know what they're talking about or seem to have any manners whatsoever. They're the ones who put their parents in line. It wouldn't be good for me and my job to actually say something to the customer. So I treat the customer with the best of my abilities, and sometimes even if I do everything that they ask, they still treat me like dirt. Now the bad thing about this is, or the thing that bugs me most, is the fact that when I'm treated like crap throughout a whole situation of working with somebody, I feel like, the whole situation, I'm treated like crap throughout the whole thing, and they feel like they can still treat me like crap after everything's done, and I've done everything, bend in knee to do everything for them. It just really... I'm so worked up I can't even talk right now. Now the question really is, who's to blame? Because it's the parents and the majority of the adults that are acting this way. And I'm pretty sure their kids act similarly in certain situations. But I don't know what gets in their head to make them think that they're privileged to everything that they'd ever want. And this is the thing that really bugs me, because I can't treat anybody the way I'm treated on a day-to-day basis. Like, I wouldn't even be able to try. There's no thought in my head that would make me want to go out and just treat someone like dirt just because something went wrong. The first thing that comes into my head is, am I to blame? Is there something that I did that caused this certain thing to happen? Or, I never blame it on whatever it is that is having problems. I don't get frustrated. I think logically about it. And I think the reason ignorance plays a role into this is because people don't think. They don't use their minds to actually think about the situation that they're getting themselves into or that they're having, So I'm just telling everybody, you need to take a step back from a situation before you go blaming someone. And you should have the ability to sit there and blame yourself for something as well. It could be your fault. It could be someone else's fault. I think that people should just really start treating each other as human beings. I'm not an automated telemachine, and I know there's people out there that don't want everything to go to an automated telemachine or some sort of automated robot. They don't want to work with robots on a day-to-day basis. I'm there to help people, and I'm there to make people's days better. When it comes to helping someone, I think people should just be a little more courteous when you're at some place, when you're dealing with people, whether it's a restaurant or whether it's at the BMV or the DMV or whatever you want to call it. And by the way, I don't work at the DMV. I don't think I could handle that amount of stress. If you're out in public, just don't treat anyone like dirt. They're another human being just like you are, and maybe if you took a step back and thought about the situation and put yourself in their shoes, maybe you wouldn't treat somebody like that ever again. I know when you're hyped up and you're angry about something, you don't really think logically, but maybe it's time to start. And another reason I bring this up is because, you know, it's not just working with people in general in where I'm at, but I think it applies to most governments too, the people in the governments. Because a lot of people right now are relying too heavily on their government for help. They think that the government's going to save them from everything, when really our government should be us. You know, our government is voted in by us. Our government couldn't do anything without us. They wouldn't have anybody to lead without us. So the thing I really think is that we need to take the initiative to start helping ourselves, along with being as much help for others, and things might get a little bit better. Just take this lightly, and if any of you ever get angry from this talk, I think you might be a little bit ignorant yourself. So you might want to take a look at yourself and say, hey, why am I so angry? Why am I so angry at this guy? But yeah, even if you do get angry at this just because I brought government up, I wasn't talking about the government badly. I'm just saying that we as people need to kind of take the initiative to kind of step up and help ourselves, you know. And maybe things might just get a little bit better. So yeah, now that I got that off my chest, you guys have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I really don't care. But yeah, next time something bad happens to you, just let it brush off your shoulder, kind of look at the situation and evaluate everything from every angle. Just get your mind open and just kind of look at the world a little bit differently. I hope I helped a little bit, you know, a few of you, and I hope this video inspired a couple of you that, you know, work in certain jobs that require to work with people on a day-to-day basis. I hope I made you guys a little bit happier by talking about this as well, because I know it's really hard working out there. It's even, you know, in the US where everyone thinks they're safe and protected by everything and nothing bad could happen to them, you know, it doesn't matter whether anything bad can happen to you or not. It's how you live your life. I think you should go out and you should live your life to the fullest, and I think you should live every day like, you know, like you really are striving to achieve something. Go out and get a goal, you know. Go do something that means something to someone else. Don't just, you know, work for yourself, but make sure you keep yourself happy. Find something that makes you happy. You know, it helps relieve stress. So go out there, make someone's day, make your own day, and I'll see you guys later.